Hey, good afternoon, my second grade friends. We are getting ready to have our math lesson. Okay, just trying to adjust the board so you can see everything. Okay, so today in math, it is Thursday. So you will need several papers out of your Thursday folder. Okay, you will need 2 sprint papers. Okay, it says lesson 3 on them. So you need sprint A and you'll need sprint B. You will need the application problem. You will need the problem set. Okay? And then you will need the exit ticket. Okay? And you will need that centimeter ruler. That paper centimeter ruler that is in your folder. Okay? When we get ready to use that ruler, you can cut it out to use it. Okay? So you'll need the centimeter ruler. So those are the things that we're going to need today. All right, well, let's get started. The first thing I want to do is I want to review how to find a missing part. Because that's what our sprint is about today, finding the missing part. So let's say I have 0 plus blank equals 9. Well, I need to find something that I add to 0 that makes 9. That would be 9. So I would fill in that one. Well, what if I had 2 plus blank equals 8? Well, I have 2, but I want to get to 8. What number could I put there? I have 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, I would need 6. I would need 6 to fill that in. Okay, that's filling in the missing part. Now, on some of the sprints today, you might see it written this way here. You might see it written as 7 equals 2 plus blank. Don't let that confuse you. I'm still trying to find out 7. What can I add to my 2 and write it here to get to that 7? Well, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I have 5. I need a 5. So you might see it written that way in the sprint. You also might see it written this way. Let's say 6 equals blank plus 5. Well, I want to get to 6. I already have 5. They've just flipped our problem around, and this would be a 1. Okay? So this would be how to fill in missing parts. And that is what your sprint is about. Okay? So if you take out sprint A, okay? You will need your pencil. I have my timer. Okay? I'm going to start the timer and say go. When my timer goes off, you put your pencil down and you stop. Okay? Stop where you are. You don't have to finish them as I say the answers. I will say the answers to all of them just because I don't know how far people are getting. But you don't go back and have to write in those answers. Just stop when you stop, okay? Okay, here we go. Pencils are up and ready, go. Pencil down. Hey, don't pick your pencil up again and write. Okay, listen to the answers to see if they're correct. Okay, you can mark it wrong, but don't fill in any more answers. Okay, just so we can see how many you did in a minute. Okay, here we go. Number 1, 10. Number 2, 1. Number 3, 2. Number 4, 3. Number 5, 4. Number 6, 5. Number 7, 9. Number 8, 8. Number 9, 7. Number 10, 6. Number 11, 0. Number 12, 1. Number 13, 1. Number 14, 5. Number 15, 5. Number 16, 2. Number 17, 2. Number 18, 4. Number 19, 4. Number 20, 3. 21, 3. 22, 7. 23, 7. 24, 7. 25, 3. 26, 5. 27, 5. 28, 8. 29, 8. 30, 8. 31, 9. 32, 9. 33, 9. 34, 9. 35, 2. 36, 4. 37, 1. 38, 5. 39, 24. 40, 40 would be 12. 41 would be 23. 33. 42 would be 14. 43 would be 36. And 44 would be 32. Okay, count up how many you have finished. How many? And you may put it up there at the top. Okay? And then turn and get out sprint 2. We're going to do it again. See if you can get get at least one more. See if you can get one more. Hey, here we go. Pencil up. Go. And pencil down. Okay, so let's check our answers. Your pencil is down. Please don't write any new answers. You can mark it if it's wrong, but please do not write any new answers. Here we go. 1, 0, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 6, 5, 7, 9, 8, 8, 9, 7, 10, 6, 11, 10, 12, 5, 13, 5, 14, 1, 15, 1, 16, 2, 17, 2, 18, 3, 19, 3, 20, 4, 21, 4, 22, 6, 23, 6, 24, 6, 25, 4, 26, 1, 27, 1, 28, 7, 29, 7, 30, 7, 31, 8, 32, 8, 33, 8, 34, 8, 35, 3, 36, 6, 37, 5, 38, 1, 39, 26, 40 would be 11, 41 would be 36, 42 would be 33, 44 would be 27, and 44 would be 31. Okay, count up how many you had right and write it at the top. I hope you got at least one more correct. Okay, this brings us to our application problem. So let's work on our application problem. So get your application problem page so you can write along as I write. Here we go. This is the problem. It says, Jamie has 65 flashcards. Harry has 8 more cards than Jamie. How many flashcards does Harry have? Well, let's listen to that again. Jamie has 65 flashcards. Harry has 8 more cards than Jamie. How many flashcards does Harry have? So, I got to pick out my math numbers. My first math number is 65. Okay? And that's Jamie. Jamie has 65 cards. Hey, Harry has 8 cards. Okay? Harry has 8 cards. And they want to know, how many cards does Harry have? How many does Harry have? That's what we're trying to find out. How many does Harry have? Well, if Jamie has 65 and Harry has 8 more, that tells me that we're going to add. So we are going to add our problem. So go on and get this wrote down. 65 is Jamie, 8 is Harry. How many does Harry have? And we're going to add. So go on and get that on your paper. Okay? You can pause so you can get that wrote down. Okay? And then you can come back to me. Okay. We are going to do a problem. You told me we needed to do addition. So we are going to add these together. So let's make a tape diagram. We have 65. And we're adding, so that means their tape's going to touch. And 8. Well, if we add, we need that roof because it's going to get bigger. So let's get our roof number. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that roof number because we're adding them together. The number gets bigger when you add. If we was going to subtract, we would get a basement number because it gets smaller. Okay. Well, let's make our problem. Our problem would be 65 plus 8. Okay, that's what we need to do. 65 plus 8. Okay? Well, I'm going to pull a number out. I'm going to pull a number out to make a tens number. Okay? I'm going to pull a number out to make a tens number. So, I'm going to pull a number out of my 8. I have 65. What can I add to 65 to make 70? I have 65. 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. I need to pull a 5 out. So I'm going to pull that 5 out of 8. Well, if I pull 5 out of 8, that's like saying 8 minus 5, that leaves 3. That leaves me with 3. Okay? So now I'm going to add. I'm going to do an addition problem. I'm going to add 65 and this 5. 65 plus 5 gives me 70. Yep, it gives me 70. Now, I'm going to add the 3 and the 70 together. 70 plus 3 equals, this is that slide number, so that 3 just takes the place of that 0. That makes it be 73. So, Harry has 73 flashcards. Harry has 73 flashcards. On the back side of your application problem, this is what we're going to write. Harry has 73, can't put it all there, 73 flashcards. And you can write this on the back of your paper. That is your sentence that you would write on the line on the back. Harry has 73 flashcards. Okay? That is our application problem for today. So, you may pause so you can get that all copied if you do not have that all wrote down right. If you do not have that all wrote down. Okay? Now, we are moving on to our concept today. We are moving on to our math concept. We are going to do some measuring. Yesterday, we measured with our centimeter cube. Well, today, we are going to measure with our ruler, with a centimeter ruler. And I have my centimeter ruler. You have a paper centimeter ruler that was in your folder. So, go on and pause. Get your centimeter ruler cut out nice and neat because we're going to be able to use it. Okay? So, go on and pause and so we can use our rulers to measure. Okay, pause me. Okay, so I have my ruler. You have your ruler. I want you to just listen to how I teach for a minute, and then we're going to work some problems out together. Okay? So, just like yesterday and the day before, when we when we measured with a centimeter ruler, we had an end point and an end point, and then we had the line in the middle, and that's where we measured to. Okay? End point to end point. That's where we measured to. So, if I wanted to measure my line that I drew, but just let me make it just a little bit smaller because my ruler's not quite that big. Okay, I would use this, I'm using the centimeters, and that's what you have. Centimeter numbers are small numbers put close together to make a centimeter ruler. The numbers that are close together. Now, I don't think your ruler has inches on it yet. I think we just printed off the centimeter one. So, I'm going to start at the end point, just like I did with my cubes. And I'm going to measure over to see where it ends on my end point. Where it ends on the end point, okay? And if I look, I can see that it ends on 21. So this line would be 21 centimeters. 21 centimeters. Okay? That's that's how I would measure it. Okay? Let me show you another one. Let's say I have this one. Okay? I'm going to measure this line now. Endpoint, endpoint. I'm measuring from endpoint to endpoint. Okay? Endpoint to endpoint. This one says it's 11 centimeters. So this would be 11 centimeters. Okay? From endpoint to endpoint would be 11 centimeters. Okay, well, let's look at your page. Okay? You have a bear paw print. So you have an endpoint, and then you have a bear print that looks something like this. And then you have another endpoint. When you measure, your end of your ruler goes over that endpoint, starts at that endpoint, on the endpoint, and then it stops at the end point. Okay? I'm not started in the middle. This should be started in the middle. I'm not started in the middle. I'm not starting at this end. I'm starting on the left-hand side from the end point to the end point. And that's what I'm measuring. End point to end point. Okay? Well, my paw print is about 23 centimeters. I want you to take your ruler and you're going to measure the paw print. So you're going to put it on the end point. Okay, and I know it's hard to see, but I have it on the end point, and I'm going to measure over to see where that other end point is, about right here. And it says it's about 4 centimeters. It's about 4 centimeters. Okay? They're rough measurements. It's about 4 centimeters. Okay, well, let's do our turtle. Making sure that you have the end point on the line. Okay? And you're going over to the other end point where it ends. On the line, right down, right here. It's about how many centimeters? Write that down. Okay, well, let's do the sub sandwich now. We'll go back and correct it in a minute. Let's do the sub sandwich. Put your ruler on the end point. Look at where it ends. Where does the other end point end? Write it on the line. It's about how many centimeters? Okay? Good. We should have that finished by now. You can pause if you need me and get those two finished, and then we'll come back and we'll talk answers. Okay, we said the paw print was about 4 centimeters. Hope everybody got that. The turtle, when we measured the turtle is about 6 centimeters. Hope everybody got that. When we measured the sub sandwich, it is about 9 centimeters. So you should have had about 9 centimeters. Now, if you got 8, you're a little short. If you got 10, you're a little long. But that's okay because it's about. Okay? They're hard to measure. Okay, well, let's look at the other page, the back page of our problem set. Okay? Now, on this one, I need you just to put your stuff down, put your ruler down, and I want you to watch for a minute. On this one, we are going to measure a shape. So, let's measure this shape here. Okay? Here's my shape. I'm going to measure the shape. They are wanting me to measure the sides. So this could be side A. This B, this C, and this D. Those are my sides. And I'm going to measure them with my ruler, with my centimeter ruler. So, I'm going to measure A. A's going down from endpoint to endpoint. It measures about, mine measures about 15. You're just watching, remember. Okay, now I'm going to measure B. B measures about 23 centimeters. Now I'm going to measure C. C measures about 19 centimeters. Now I'm going to measure D. D measures about 36 centimeters. So I've measured each side of my shape and I wrote it down, looking at my ruler. Okay? So let's measure yours now. Get your ruler. Okay? And you have a shape that looks like this. Okay? Looks like this. And this is side A. This is side B, and this is side C. Okay? And we're going to measure them. Okay. Everybody, let's get your paper. We're going to do side A first. Side A is the side that goes down. Okay? So, you're going to put your ruler on the point, right up there at the point. Okay? Put your ruler on the point, just like I am. And you're going to measure it. How many centimeters is it? Write that down. Write down that. Okay? We'll check in just a minute. Okay? Now, we're going to measure B. B is the side that kind of goes at an angle. So we're going to put your centimeter ruler where the one starts up here in this corner. And we're going to measure it going down. See where it stops. And write it there. Good. Now we're going to measure C across the bottom. We're going to put our ruler in the corner, right where it starts. We're going to measure over and write it down. Yes. You may pause and you may do that and then come back to me. Awesome. So, I've measured it, and side A measured to be 4 centimeters. Side B measured to be about 9 centimeters. Side C measured to be about 8 centimeters. So that's how we measured our triangle there. Okay? Now that we have our measurements, it's asking us to answer some questions. Okay, we're looking at what we measured. You're looking at your paper at what you measured. Now, question A says, which side is the shortest? A, B, or C? Circle your answer. Which is the shortest? Circle it. A, B, or C? Okay, question B says, what is the length of side A and B together? They want to know, what is the length of A plus B? Well, we're going to have to do a problem. A is 4, B is 9. Add those together and write it on the line for B. Go on and do that now. You may pause to get that answer done. Okay, and C says, how much shorter is side C than side B? How much shorter is side C than B? Well, If we got to figure out how much shorter it is, we need to subtract. So we're going to subtract 9 minus 8 to get that answer. And you're going to write your answer down on the line. So pause so you can get your answer down. And then we're going to go over our answers. Hey, the answer to A is A. Side A is the shortest. The answer to B, 4 plus 9, would be 13. So the answer to B was 13. The answer to C, 9 minus 8, is 1. So those are your answers on the problem set today. Okay? Now, you have an exit ticket. On your exit ticket, it tells you, use your ruler to measure the length in centimeters. You're going to measure length A, and you're going to put it there. You're going to measure length B, and you're going to write it there. You're going to measure length C, and write it there. Remember, you're always starting at the end to measure. And then it says, find the length across the middle of the circle. You're going to start from this end point to that end point, and you're going to write what the distance is. What is that centimeter measurement? That is your exit ticket for today. Okay? Good luck, and I will see you later.